Well, the guy they call Mr. Hearing says something ain't computing. So Darrell Issa wants to hear some explaining and fast. The House Oversight and Government Reform Committee chairman wants to know exactly what the heck happened with this whole healthcare website debacle. And that's just for starters. And let's just say Mr. Issa is searching wide and far. Congressman, what are you looking for?
Well, first of all, Obamacare's launch has been a colossal failure. The website is fundamentally flawed in its software approach. It didn't use an A-team to write it. There was political interference in the month in advance when they tried to bury the prices so that the public wouldn't get sticker shock. Obviously, the people who are mandated by law to sign up are finding it almost impossible to do so. So that needs to be investigated. But most importantly, and I think something that everyone can agree on is, as we look at these problems, we've got to fix it so it doesn't happen in the future. There has to be an A-team. There has to be real accountability. There has to be data integrity. And there certainly has to be an end to political involvement in the construction of something this big and this important.
Well, if it turns out whether you have hearings or just want response from letters, and I know you've reached out to a lot of the high-tech executives, I think Google, Verizon, some others, if it turns out that they were not heavily consulted, or it turns out that they were not actively involved, and that this was left up to maybe some career bureaucrats, would that worry you more?
It does worry me. So far, the people we can find that were heavily linked to it are a nurse, a psychologist, and a man with a bachelor's in economics. When you really look at the president's elect and re-elect software, you realize there are people around the president who know how to produce world-class winning software. They simply were not consulted or employed in the process of creating what is the president's hallmark piece of legislation. Look, I don't think the president planned to fail like this. I think people failed to execute a good plan, and a lot of it was political activity, but a lot of it was simply business as usual in government, and it's something that our committee has to make sure through hearings and reform initiatives that we stop. We stop the waste in government, and this is just a good public example of a failed program that cost a lot of money.
Real quickly, the individual mandate, delay it?
You know, at the end of the enrollment period, the president's going to have a tough decision. If they don't have this website working, if people haven't been given a fair opportunity, if prices are still in flux, the president's going to have to extend it. Right now, the point is, I want to work with all parties to get this website working, because we know it failed, and the law is the law for now.
All right. Darrell Issa, thank you, sir. Good seeing you again.
Thank you.
Well,